Have you ever asked yourself, what really makes a good friend? Is it someone you can laugh with? Or someone who listens when you're down? Maybe it's both. Friendships shape our lives in ways we don't always notice. They influence our happiness, our confidence, and even the choices we make. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the 5-Minute English Podcast. I'm Jessica, and today we're talking about something timeless: friendship. More specifically, we'll explore the question, what makes a good friend? To help me with this conversation, I've invited my friend Peter to join. Hi, Peter. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we're talking about this because I think friendship is one of the most meaningful parts of life. And it's also something we sometimes take for granted.
That's so true. So let's dive in. When you think about your own friendships, what qualities stand out to you as essential?
The first one that comes to mind is loyalty. A good friend is someone who doesn't disappear when things get difficult. For example, I had a tough time a few years ago, and some people slowly drifted away. But my closest friends stayed, even when I wasn't at my best. That loyalty showed me who my real friends were.
That's powerful. I think we often only discover who our true friends are in those tough moments. For me, another essential quality is trustworthiness. If I can't trust someone with my thoughts, feelings, or even my secrets, then the friendship can only go so far. Trust makes me feel safe to be myself.
Exactly. And I'd add honesty to that. A real friend isn't afraid to tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. For instance, one of my closest friends once told me I was being selfish in how I handled a situation. I didn't like hearing it at the time, but looking back, I know he said it because he cared.
I love that example. It shows how honesty and care go hand in hand. A good friend doesn't criticize to hurt you, but to help you grow. For me, another quality is empathy. Being able to understand how the other person feels, even if you don't fully agree with them. Sometimes you don't need solutions. You just need someone to say, I understand, and I'm here for you.
Yes, empathy makes such a difference. I think it's what turns a simple friendship into something deeper. And of course, we can't forget about having a sense of humor. Life can be heavy, but friends who can make you laugh are priceless. Some of my longest friendships have lasted because we can laugh at the same silly things no matter how old we get.
Absolutely. Laughter creates memories and lightens the serious parts of life. I'd also add that a good friend should be reliable. It's not just about being fun. It's about knowing you can count on them. For example, if I make plans with a friend and they always cancel, it makes me feel like the friendship isn't a priority.
That's a good point. Reliability shows respect for your time and feelings. A good friend doesn't need to be perfect, but you know they'll show up when it really matters.
Exactly. So if we put this together, we could say a good friend is loyal, trustworthy, honest, empathetic, fun to be with, and reliable. Not everyone will have all of these qualities all the time, but the best friends show them when it counts.
I couldn't agree more. And I think that's why real friendships are rare but so valuable. They take time, effort, and mutual care, but the reward is worth it.
Yes, real friends are like treasures. You don't need hundreds of them, just a few true ones can change your life.
Exactly.
Well, that's all for today's episode of the 5-Minute English Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me, Peter.
Thanks, Jessica. I really enjoyed this conversation.
And thank you to all our listeners. Take a moment today to think about your friendships. What qualities do you value most? And how can you also be that kind of friend to others? I'll see you next time.